if you are down, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling depressed, I'm going to tell you that that's normal, and there's nothing wrong with, feeling that way from time to time. Good morning. We are live in full effect, going live into the internet world, YouTube land. Thank you for joining me. Oh, wow, I see already some of you are on here. Thank you. I'd like to know where you're coming from. Comment down below. Let me know where you're coming from. We have a very special episode here today, this live here this morning. I'm glad that you can join me. I'm excited. I'm going to go live into Facebook as well. But for you here joining me right now, I want to thank you and I appreciate you. And I want you to share, like, comment, engage with me. I want to know what kind of content you want to hear here in the future. Also, I want you to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified the next time I'm doing a video. If you haven't subscribed yet, we're close to 1,300 subscribers. I think 67,000 hours watched on the videos. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it, and I'm here to bring you value. Now, let me just go live here on Facebook as well. Yeah. So, today's video, you're going to enjoy it. It's all about, drowning out the noise. There's a lot of noise right now, and it's getting in the way of your goals. We started the year here together talking about what you're going to accomplish and how best to accomplish it in the next 3 months. So what happens is we have all these New Year's resolutions. We get excited, and this is exactly what what I was talking about. I did a video where I talked about how resolutions suck, and the reason they suck is because most people, even though they have good intentions, something happens and they get derailed, they get discouraged, and they can't move forward. And so this video right now is if you're feeling unmotivated, if you're feeling down, depressed. I mean, we are living through historical times, and it's easy for someone to get down. Oh, I see a few of you guys are on Facebook Live as well. Thank you. Comment down below. Tell me what you're doing, and I want to know what you're going to do to execute and to never mind all of the noise, right? But if you are down, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling depressed, I'm going to tell you that that's normal. And there's nothing wrong with, feeling that way from time to time. So for a lot of you, and if you've been listening to a lot of my videos for the past year or for the past years, if you've been following me, everybody knows that I'm a very positive person. And people just automatically assume that I wake up that way, right? That all of a sudden I wake up and I feel good. But, I'm here to tell you that it's okay to be in your poopy place. That's okay. It's okay to feel sad sometimes. It's okay to be discouraged sometimes. But what I'm gonna say is that it's not okay to stay there. So even though you for whatever reason something happens, I mean thank God I'm in real estate, but some of you are in all kinds of different types of businesses, and it can be very hard because it feels like everybody's against you, and that feeling it's real, and it's okay to acknowledge that feeling, but I don't want you to stay there. I do not want you to stay in that poopy place. And what happens to us as humans, the second we start listening to all of the outside drama, this is all noise. What you don't understand is the most valuable piece of currency, the most valuable currency right now, it's your attention. Everybody is fighting for your attention. Everyone. From the social media, television, Netflix, everybody is fighting for your eyeballs. And what you think, when you're on social media, you think you're getting all of this information for free. It's not for free. You're paying for it. You're paying for it big time because it's costing you your time. And as you guys know, your time is the most valuable thing that we have. And so, I'm not going to say don't get depressed. I'm not going to say don't get sad. I'm not going to say, it's not okay to be frustrated. But what I am going to say is do not fall into the black hole of trying to reaffirm how bad you feel. It's okay to be in your poopy place, my friends. I'm in, sometimes it happens to me. But don't stay there. Don't stay there. And what you have to do is put on your blinders. Remember your goals. Remember what you wanted to accomplish back in December 31st. And just focus on that. What is it, the thing, what do you have to do in order to get there? If you just say, you know what, I'm going to read more. I'm going to watch more videos. Even if they're positive videos, they're taking away from you. There's a reason why you never see, Ferrari commercials or Porsche commercials or any of these, high-level cars. You never see a Ferrari commercial on television, online, on social media. Because the people that drive Ferraris do not spend their time watching YouTube videos. They don't spend their time engaged in the news. They don't spend their time on things that are not going to be productive in their lives. Highly successful people spend their time executing. It doesn't matter, lockdown, no lockdown, virus, no virus. All of those things are irrelevant, and I really don't even have an opinion. People, what's your opinion? I don't have an opinion. I don't have time for an opinion. I have to make a difference. And the only way I can make a difference is by managing the things that I can control. And what can I control? The things that I do on a daily basis, execution. Guess what I have? I have a telephone. And with a telephone, you're able to communicate with people. We have the internet. I mean, we're not living in back when they had the Spanish flu. And so there's no excuse for someone not to execute, even if they are on a lockdown or whatever the case may be. And so when I say drown out the noise, never mind the noise, is because we get sucked into this vortex of negativity. And it's the further you go down that rabbit hole, the more difficult it's going to be for you to get out. Hey, thank you so much. I see you guys right there. Thank you so much for anybody joining us right now. I really do appreciate it. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. I really, really do appreciate you guys, and I want you guys to get out there and execute. And never mind all the noise. If you're sitting, watching the news, conspiracy theories, who cares? What does it have to do with you? That's the question. What are you going to do? You should keep asking yourself, what are you going to do to get further ahead in your goals? What are the things that you need to do, right? And if you're, I'm not saying don't read books. Books are great, but, limit the amount of time. Right now, I don't have time to read books. I'm going to read maybe, an hour a day. That's it. I don't have time to watch YouTube videos. Now, if you're watching my video, I'm telling you the same thing, right? I'm going to do a video once a day. Watch it, okay? Please support what I'm doing. But other than that, that's it. You're going to watch this guy. You're going to see what this guy's doing, what this guy has to say, what this guy has to say about the economy, what this guy has. No, nothing matters. None of that matters because they're all fighting for your attention. Everybody is fighting for your attention right now. And if you watch, you see that they need even more. They have to be more sensational with their taglines, with their titles for you to click on them. And then you go down this vortex of all the things, all the things that you think are helping you, but they're not. Because what really helps you is execution, action. What are you going to do to get closer to your goals right now? We talked about it. We talked about it at the beginning of the year. What is your 10-year goal? Guess what? Whatever's happening in the news today is not even going to be relevant 10 years from now. So my mind is already there. Now, we break down the goals into manageable bite-sized pieces. You can go back to that video, watch that video. But manageable bite-sized pieces, and break it down to an action step right now. What is it that you're going to do? If you're in business, you gotta focus on the top line. What is it? What are the action steps that you need to take in order to drive revenue into your company? What is it? Is it phone calls? Well, you got to make phone calls. You got to go execute. If it's, you got to sell. You got to sell. You got to build the top line, right? Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. And for those of you that, for whatever reason, it can be daunting. I mean, it's been almost a year of this, and if you watch the news, you think the whole world is falling apart, but it's not. Trust me. There's places, there's good things happening in the world. There's amazing stories that you haven't even heard of. And the reason you haven't heard of that is because there's too much noise. And so I want you to focus on you right now. This is your biggest opportunity that you have in front of you. And your job right now is to go out and execute. Your job right now is to determine what are the action steps that you need to take in order to bring your life forward. It's okay to be in a poopy place. Things go wrong sometimes. We accept it, we acknowledge it, and we move on. This is how I know the universe is willing to give you more. It's like that old story, and I've shared it with a lot of people. There's this little girl, maybe 4 years old, and she's with her dad. And they're at the ice cream shop. And, of course, she wants an ice cream. And she points at the vanilla ice cream. They put a scoop. And then the dad gives it to the little girl, and she's so happy. She's licking it, and she can hardly hold it. Right? Her hands are shaking because the scoop is so large in her hands. And so what happens is they leave the ice cream store, and she ends up dropping it, and it falls on the ground. And of course, she starts crying and crying and crying and crying, and the dad, being a good father, goes back into the ice cream store to buy her a new ice cream. But now this little girl wants 2 scoops. She doesn't want 1, she wants 2. Now, being a good parent, being someone that already knows that this little girl couldn't even handle 1, how in good conscience, even though you want to be really, 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 really good to this little girl because this is your girl, of course you want to give her everything in the world, but you know that she can't handle 2. So how could you give her 2, right? And until you're ready to get that second scoop, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, will never give you more in life until you can prove that you can handle that first scoop. And so whatever's happening in your life right now is simply a test to prove of whether or not you're worthy of the things that you put there on that paper, whether or not you're worthy of achieving in 5 or 10 years, whatever that goal was. And so what's going to happen is you're going to be tested. And all of this is by design. All of it is by design. Trust me. And so you will be tested to make sure that you can handle whatever you whatever your goal there was in 10 years from now. There's going to be a test. There's going to be multiple tests. This crisis right now, whatever's going on in the media right now, it's just a little test, right? We want to know, and the universe, God wants to know that you are ready to receive all of it. And so the best way to shift is to be in gratitude. You have to be in the attitude of gratitude. That's the only way to shift your perspective. When you're in your poopy place, think about where you're going, think about all the beautiful things that you have, and realize that all of these circumstances and issues in your life are there by design, and they're there to help you, and they're there to test you and make you stronger so you can move forward and execute on a really high level. Because I know that if you were watching this at the beginning of the year and we talked about, you know, creating a goal for 10 years from now and breaking it down, I know those were really, really massive goals that you put there, and they were worthy of you. They were absolutely worthy of you and what you're capable of. The only thing that remains to be seen on whether or not you're willing to go through all the trials and tribulations and the ups and downs in order to get there. That's up to you, my friends. You know, I know that this kind of this video went on for a while, and if you've been here with me, I can already see some of you on YouTube already have been here. Thank you so much. I really want you to succeed. I want you to never mind the noise and focus on the things that you have control over. Remember where you're going, be grateful for where you are, and we're all going to execute together. My good friends, if you're joining me on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell to get notified the next time I'm doing a video. You guys are amazing. Alfonso loves you, and we'll see you all at the top. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment down below, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified the next time we're doing a video. And guess what? Like, share, dislike, I don't care! Let me see how that looks.